We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Buffalo Bills. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Looking to throw. Player has it complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. And he finds Howard complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Space to run past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here, you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Let's go!
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play here for Buffalo. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tackle.
And his first carry, he loses the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads, and you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
They have 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. The last run. They'll set up to throw. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. Here's Riddick. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. $10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Riddick. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run with Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1st and 10, Taylor now. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a give to Taylor, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll look to run with Taylor. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year and 4th overall. And the Bills draw a bit closer. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Second and 11. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Bass is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. He'll look to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away.
Taken from just outside the 30.
Punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On 1st down, Taylor. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
The deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock. Taylor. And
He's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal.
Back to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills have come back to regain the lead. It's his 3rd field goal now in the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They're going to look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Cook now off the read option. And he'll be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Big third down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. Riddick with a carry. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Cook following the penalty. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So third down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a 4th quarter lead. Blankenship's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On second down now, it's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll run on first down. Taylor broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. This is Taylor, and here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd down and 5. On the handoff, Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So all eyes now on Tyler Bass. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So all eyes now on Tyler Bass. They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends. And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me. We thought we might have a good close game, and we did. Really came down to that final onside kick. They recovered it, but they would have had to return it. They were unable to do that, and that wrote an ending.
That is frustrating, isn't it? Now they're probably in their locker room trying to comfort themselves with, the clock just ran out on us. We were right there.